Hello and welcome back, readers. Today we are going to read Disney Princess's book, and the story we are reading today is Sleeping Beauty. Once upon a time, a kind king and gentle queen had a baby girl named Aurora. Visitors came to see the baby, including King Hubert, who ruled a nearby kingdom, and his young son, Prince Phillip. The two kings decided that Phillip and Aurora would marry one day and unite the kingdoms. The king and queen were so happy that they held a celebration. Soon, three good fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, arrived. They came to give magical gifts to the baby princess. Flora said, "My gift shall be the gift of beauty." Fauna said, "My gift shall be the gift of song." But before Merryweather could give her gift, the evil fairy Maleficent appeared. She was so angry she hadn't been invited that she put a curse on the baby. "Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday," Maleficent said, "she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die." Merryweather wanted to take away Maleficent's curse, but her powers were not strong enough. Instead, she changed the curse. Aurora wouldn't die, but instead would fall into a deep sleep. Only true love's kiss would break the spell. Then Flora came up with a plan. The three fairies would transform themselves into peasants and raise the princess deep in the forest until her 16th birthday. Once the curse ended, they would return Aurora to the palace. Many years passed, and Maleficent had lost her patience. It was almost Aurora's 16th birthday, and her evil helpers still hadn't found the princess. 16 years and not a trace of her? Maleficent shouted. "Are you sure you have searched everywhere?" Meanwhile, Aurora had grown to be sweet and lovely. On her 16th birthday, the fairies sent her out to pick berries while they prepared a surprise party. As she wandered about, Aurora sang a song about true love. Nearby, a young prince heard Aurora's pretty voice. Aurora and the prince met and quickly fell in love. But Aurora wouldn't tell the prince her name because the fairies had warned her never to speak to strangers. Even so, she invited the prince to visit their cottage that night. Back at the cottage, the fairies were having trouble making Aurora's birthday party extra special. Sure that no one would see them, they decided to use their magic wands. But some magic accidentally escaped up the chimney. Just as Maleficent's raven was flying overhead, the colorful sparkles from the magic wand shoot out of the cottage's chimney. As soon as he saw the magic, the raven flew back to the Forbidden Mountain to tell Maleficent that he had found the good fairies and the princess. Aurora returned home and told the fairies all about the handsome stranger she'd met. The fairies explained that she was a princess and was promised to marry Prince Phillip. Then the fairies set off to return the sad princess to her home and to her parents, the king and queen. When they reached the palace, the fairies left Aurora alone while they went to find her parents. Suddenly, a strange glow appeared. In a trance, the princess followed the light to a room with a spinning wheel in it. Maleficent was also in the room. "Touch the spindle," the evil fairy commanded. Powerless, The princess obeyed and pricked her finger on the spindle's sharp point. Soon she fell into deep sleep. Maleficent then found the prince and locked him in her dungeons. But shortly after, the good fairies appeared. They realized at last that he was Prince Phillip. They gave him the magical shield of virtue and sword of truth. These weapons of righteousness will triumph over evil, they told him. Maleficent knew Prince Phillip was the only one who would undo her curse on Sleeping Beauty. As he approached the castle, Maleficent turned herself into a terrible dragon and blasted him with red-hot flames. Prince threw his sword at the dragon with all his might. The beast plunged over the edge of a cliff. Prince Philip ran through the palace gates to where Aurora lay. He kneeled beside the princess and kissed her gently. Sleeping Beauty awakened and smiled at her prince. Soon after, Princess Aurora married Prince Philip, and they lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you have enjoyed this book. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.